told my husband I still wanted children even though we couldn't have any. He told me, figure it out. That was it. No discussion, no emotion, just figure it out. We've been trying for 3 years. Josh had a low sperm count. I wanted kids and I wanted to make sure they had a father figure. And I wanted Josh to be the father. But I was 36. My window was closing. And Josh had basically given me permission to figure it out on my own, hadn't he? So I made an appointment with Dr. Reeves at the fertility clinic. I want to try insemination, I told him, with donor sperm. He asked, does your husband know? I hesitated. Not yet, but I'm sure once I tell him he'll be thrilled. Dr. Reeves nodded slowly. Okay, let's get you started. The process was simpler than I expected. Pick a donor from a catalog. Come in during ovulation. 15 minutes in a medical chair. Then wait. I took a pregnancy test a month later. I saw 2 pink lines. I was pregnant. But how do I tell Josh what I had done? I waited a month to tell Josh, to make sure there were no miscarriages. Then one night at dinner I said it, I'm pregnant. He looked up from his phone. What? I repeat, I'm pregnant. 3 months. His face went blank. How? Donor sperm. Like we talked about. He started getting heated. We didn't talk about anything, Sydney. But I told him, you told me to figure it out. He stood up from the table. I meant to figure out how to deal with not having kids. Get a dog, take up a hobby. Not this. I didn't mean to go behind my back and get pregnant with some stranger's kid. I started getting tears in my eyes. You said you wanted children. He continued getting louder. I wanted our children, not some random guy's sperm in my wife. When were you going to tell me? When the baby came? I shout back. I'm telling you now, but he gets louder. 3 months later, he grabbed his keys from the counter. I need to think. He left, came back at midnight, didn't say a word, slept on the couch. The next morning, he was already gone when I woke up. He came home that night with papers. I talked to a lawyer. He said, you went behind my back. You lied. You're carrying another man's child. I couldn't believe it. I repeated, you told me to figure it out. Stop saying that. He threw the papers on the table. I can't do this, Sydney. I can't raise some stranger's kid. I can't even look at you right now. I start crying. So what? You're just leaving? Yeah, I am. He left that night, and 3 months later, I finalized the divorce papers. I couldn't believe he would do this, but I wasn't stopping. I was going to make sure my baby had a daddy, even if it wasn't Josh. I waited until the baby was born. Jenna was born in March. I brought her home to an empty house. About 6 months in, and nobody wanted to date a girl with baggage. I kept myself up at night. I know I'm not supposed to contact the donor, but maybe the person who donated sperm wanted to be a part of this child's life. So I go visit Dr. Reeves' office for a routine checkup. I was in the waiting room when another woman walked in with a baby. A little boy, maybe 20 months old. He had the same blue eyes as Jenna, the same blonde hair, the same nose. I stared at him, then at Jenna in my lap. The woman caught me looking and looked at Jenna, noticing the resemblance. They could be siblings, she laughed. I didn't. Dr. Reeves assured me I cannot find out or contact the donor at all. 2 weeks later, I saw another baby at the grocery store. Same features, then another at the park, then 2 more at the pharmacy. All blonde, all blue-eyed, all looking exactly like Jenna. I spoke to one of the mothers, asked if she'd used Dr. Reeves' clinic. She had. I began asking more and more mothers and building a network, finding out that we all chose different donors, but all of our babies looked alike. We all chipped in for DNA tests. 17 children all came back as being half-siblings with the same biological father. The story broke 6 months later. Dr. Reeves had been using his own sperm. 75 women, 75 children who looked just like him.